YouTube, TikTok, thank you for coming in tonight, Saturday, late night session, 6:30 on the West Coast. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. We have seen the markets drop a little bit recently. Don't know what's in the cards here, if they have another planned event on the horizon. I'm looking for Monday to potentially be the very bottom, or another day that we could see an event come in. But since we did the stream this morning, we are up at about 75 cents, and we are back down to 72 cents for XRP. Bitcoin's at 38. And we're seeing all of the coins have moved back down slightly. But I did title this video "Our Time is Coming," and I just created another video talking about SWIFT being readjusted, the reset revaluation of the US dollar, and SWIFT being readjusted. I'm going to be dropping that video tomorrow morning. It is all done and it's ready to be dropped tomorrow morning. I hope you guys are ready for that one. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you want to get in our exclusive Discord community, is linked up down below, or head to zachrector.com. I appreciate you guys for coming in tonight. I mostly just wanted to go over a Q&A session, answer your guys' questions. Hopefully you guys can bring it tonight. Let's run it up. Let's watch the charts hopefully recover, maybe bounce back from 70 cents for XRP. Man, I'd love to get back above $1. But in the meantime, we are seeing the timing of this Starlink event is pretty interesting to me. I did cover this in the video that I just made, so you'll see that tomorrow, where I'm talking about how SWIFT is ready to be SWIFT to be readjusted, and the QFS is ready. Starlink satellites being launched over Ukraine right after they ask for it. This person says everything, and I mean everything, will run on the XRP ledger. Think on this. Starlink activated in Ukraine, Russia off SWIFT, BRICS is the answer. Again, everything runs on XRP ledger. Look at the partnerships. It is there. So Ripple has created partnerships with banks and financial institutions, over 400 of them. Banks, financial institutions already partnered with Ripple. Remember that only 25% of those partners are using XRP today. So when people ask about why is it being suppressed, why haven't they flipped the switch yet? Well, it's because we don't have regulatory clarity in America. That's what we're waiting on. This is the most staged lawsuit in the history of the SEC, the greatest setup in world financial history as well. So they've held this thing back. They've suppressed this thing. And now it is ready to take the spotlight. We have the discovery phase is set to end on Monday, February 28th. Will it get extended? Potentially. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate. The SEC has already been completely exposed with everything that's already came out. So we'll see what else they have in store. If they want to drag this out, I wouldn't be surprised. But you're seeing this thing come to a head. You're seeing SWIFT trending now. I saw another tweet that XRP was trending in Turkey, like in Google Trends or something like that. So the whole world is ready for a new solution. The whole world is talking about SWIFT. The whole world is talking about sanctions. And how do we damage Russia? How do we get Putin? And I'm not going to pick a side. I'm not left or right. I don't care. I'm here to make money and prepare my family for the greatest wealth transfer in the world history. So I don't care. Putin, good guy, bad guy. Zelensky, he was an actor 2 years ago, did a show on becoming a president, and then he becomes president. And I'll let you guys come up with an opinion. I don't care. I don't care about these guys. What I care about is that the investments that I've made are going to run the new quantum financial system. And I know you're not supposed to say quantum. I know you're not supposed to talk about it, even though Stellar has already partnered with IBM. IBM already gave a quantum computer to someone in Canada. I forget about that deal. You guys can look it up. IBM's already working, leading the way in America on quantum computers. We already know that China's working on their quantum computers. So it's just like the rest of the conspiracy theories that we were crazy about over the last 20 years, especially over the last 2 years. Everyone's woken up and realized that they've been lied to by Western media, even though now we're deciding to listen to Western media again during this Russia-Ukraine situation. We're supposed to believe the Western media, the people that have been lying to us every single day over the last 2 years, and then especially going back for the last 20 years since 9/11, when we invaded countries that had nothing to do with the attacks that took place. And I'm not even going to go down that rabbit hole, but you guys already know the deal. In these world stage events, real people do lose their lives. And so I do say that my thoughts and prayers go out to everyone who's getting caught up in this. I'm sitting here from my desk, drinking a beer, enjoying a great life. I'm very thankful for this opportunity. And that's why I continue to just pound and hit on the truth, name these entities, name the names of the people that have sold us out here in America. Countries across the world are fighting for their freedom, and I think that it's inappropriate for me to speak on a situation that I don't really know all the details about. Most people who are putting hashtag stand with Ukraine in their Twitter have no idea where Ukraine's actually at. They couldn't find it on a map if they were given that task. And so I think that it's inappropriate for many people to be sitting armchair quarterbacks, sitting here in America, living the life that they live, and also considering the fact that we as a country have been sold out to these same entities as well. And they have used the Federal Reserve to fund a perpetual state of war and terror, not only within our country, but across the world, Middle East. We destroyed millions of lives in the Middle East. And so I think that it's inappropriate to be sitting here comparing Putin to someone from World War II, that there is no comparison to be made there. I'm just going to say that right now. There is no comparison to be made there. Crimea wanted to be part of Russia. When you saw that, and I'm not even going to get down this rabbit hole. Before I get canceled, I'm just not even going to go down this rabbit hole. My point being is that you little guys sitting in your chairs, typing on your Twitter, don't know nothing about this situation. You guys don't have a freaking clue. And it's a joke that you guys put hashtag Ukraine. YouTube, what are you guys working with? Christian, 2Spot, thank you. YouTube, let me check your guys' comments. You guys running it up or what? Before I rant on too much about these guys. Derek, what's up, brother? What's up, man? Yeah. So people keep on saying, why would they use XRP? Why would they let a private entity run the new system? Guys, a private entity runs the system now. The Federal Reserve has nothing to do with America. There's nothing about the federal government that's part of it. A group of private central bankers already run our country. A group of private central bankers that created a cooperative society that is SWIFT run that current system. So why the hell wouldn't a private entity like Ripple go to the table and cut a deal, because they have the best distributed ledger technology and they're going to build out the best ecosystem, the best network to adopt this new financial system and to bring the banks and the central banks on board. Mark, thank you for the triple threes. Appreciate that. Central Bank of Russia. Yeah, Russia's already tested Ripple. Yeah. They said that Ripple XRP could be a basis of a new financial system. Yep. What did Hunter do in Ukraine? See, I can't even have these conversations. This is why I have my Discord group, is because I can't even talk about the Biden family, the Biden crime syndicate, the Hillary Clinton campaign conspiracy. Gary Gensler was the CFO. Gary Gensler now holding up Ripple in this staged lawsuit, the most staged lawsuit in the history of the world. Ripple got the memos from Perkins Coie, the same lawyers that defended Ethereum, the free pass from Ethereum, and defended and worked for Clinton as well. Yeah. Why would China and Russia work with Ripple since they want to get away from America? Well, they can use the XRP ledger without working with Ripple. Yeah, and Ripple's more concerned about creating an internet of value across the world, more so than serving one country. One of the first videos, actually the very first video that I made on XRP, I said that it's not a good comparison to compare Ripple to the central bank. It's not a good comparison to compare Ripple to the Federal Reserve. You should compare them to the IMF, because they don't just serve one country. Ripple's set up to be a lender of last resort in this coming financial crisis and the liquidity crisis that we have now entered. XRP is the solution. Ripple is the company to facilitate it. And if you understand how the world financial system has been ran by private central bankers, then why wouldn't a private entity that knows the best excuse me, the best cryptocurrency company in the world, that's what Ripple is, why wouldn't they facilitate the deals? Rosie Rios, the lady who was in charge of our country's gold supply and creating the new currency, left the Treasury Department to go be a board of directors member at Ripple. Why wouldn't the deal be done with Ripple? What's the true purpose of the escrow? Good question. Yeah, so Putin wants to take this thing back, and I think that he will, actually. Now I think that they're going to take Ukraine. Yeah. Anthony, yes, Burisma Holdings can't talk about it, right? Can't talk about the Biden crime family. So Dan Pena was right about everything. I thought this guy was off his rocker. Now, I'm not saying that he was right about Bitcoin being created by Putin, but he was right when he was talking about Putin is trying to recreate the Soviet Union. And that Putin he's not messing around. I thought that Dan was off of his rocker. And I know a lot of the kids on TikTok, they don't like Dan Pena. A lot of the Bitcoin maxis don't like Dan Pena for obvious reasons. He did say that when you found out the true creator of Bitcoin, you couldn't run to sell it fast enough. He said that Putin created it. I don't believe that Putin created it. Although I do believe that Putin does want to see the demise of the Western world. Yeah. Yeah. They want the power to shift back that way. And I thought that Dan was off his rocker. I thought, oh, this crazy old guy, everything he said came true, guys. He talked about a third and a fourth wave back in March of 2020. Everybody thought that he was nuts. He said that they were going to sell cruise ships for scrap metal. Everybody thought he was nuts. That's exactly what happened during Corona, as he calls it. Dan Pena was right about damn near everything. The Explorer, will all the central bank digital currencies just be layer 2 XRP ledger tokens? And if we no, I think that you're going to see XLM, Algorand, other ones are going to get CBDCs, and maybe other solutions that they have on their own. It was just done, like a test was done by MIT for a coin that would do 1.7 million transactions per second. So that was just done by MIT, and I forget who else, but yeah. Yeah, Putin wants to destroy the US dollar and the Western world. He wants to take back power. He wants to establish the former Soviet Union. And you can also see that the other country that over there that starts with a C, they're making moves as well. I can't say their name at all. But is it possible to shut down the internet? Absolutely. Yeah, so I thought that Dan was off of his rocker. I thought this crazy old guy, he just says all this stuff just to mess with the kids, mess with the meatheads, like he calls them. Dan has been spot on about everything. He called the third and a fourth wave in March of 2020. He said that we were going to live with some sort of deal like that forever, which I don't like to hear. I still don't accept that one. He said that cruise ships were going to be sold for scrap metal. And people thought he was crazy for that one. He said he called negative oil, which we got to as well. And then he is calling for a massive financial tsunami, one that is going to make the March 2020 crisis look like a game. Basically, or words to that effect. So Dan Pena has been calling it, and there's a reason why I've been listening to Dan Pena nonstop. I've read his book, Your First 100 Million. I've listened to it almost 10 times in the last 6-7 months. It's a free book. You can find it on YouTube. Your First 100 Million is what it's called, by Dan Pena. It's his whole business strategy. It's the best business book I've ever read, by far. His strategies are the best. There's a reason why he's created over $1 trillion worth of wealth. His mentees are doing some of the biggest deals in the world. And he, at first glance, he's not everyone's cup of tea. But God, the old man has been right about everything. So I've listened to that book almost about 10 times in the last 6 to 7 months. And then I listened to every single Every single one of his old tapes from his old seminars are so good because he was so clean cut with his delivery and message. He's not the old man on the rocker now, like he is now. He was young and just like everything was on point, right? A lot of less swearing, a lot of less of the Dan Pena attitude that you get now. It was much more just clean cut to the information. His old seminars were fire from the 90s. Remember, he's been teaching these strategies for nearly 3 decades. And then I listened to all of his seminars. So all of his seminars, he puts out half a dozen a year. I listened to each one of the clips from those seminars. So, each day he'll post like 3 clips from those seminars. I go listen to all of them because in the most recent ones, he's giving you his up-to-date take on what's currently happening. And then he talks about implementing that strategy for his mentees. So I listen to everything that he does and I implement his strategies within my business and have that same mentality. And I think that he's completely right in everything as far as political correctness and the snowflake generation. My age kids are soft as hell. And he's completely right about that. And I'm excited to see him launch his political career. Yeah, let's run it up, guys, on the Q&A. He's old and angry because he knows his time is near to answer to the big man upstairs. Yeah, Dan Pena will be the first to admit that he's not perfect, and I know a lot of people don't like the fact that he swears so much, the fact that, but remember, he gives most of his money to the Catholic Church, and that's another reason why I listen to him. He's done deals with the Vatican Bank. A couple names that I won't continue to mention. I won't mention those again in this stream, but you guys just heard what I said. He's done deals with them. He's been to the very tippy top, and that's why I listen to him. So many people want to judge people on their morality, if they're good or bad guys. I want to learn from them, and I'll let God judge them. Trump at CPAC is nowhere to be found. Yeah, I just watched the speech. I just watched Trump's speech. Yeah, and most definitely, one of my favorite stories that Dan told about Donald Trump, because Dan knew Donald Trump in a previous life. And he told a story about how he was in an elevator with Trump and they were riding up and Trump said, "Hey, Danny, I heard you're trying to teach stupid people how to get rich." So that's why, I'm not here to judge Trump. I understand. He's a businessman. He's a 1%er. He's an elite, rich person. I'm not here to judge him. But Dan tells this story that, yeah, they were riding up in an elevator, and in regards to the conferences and the seminars that Dan was putting on, Donald turned to him and said, "Hey, Danny, I heard you're trying to teach stupid people how to get rich." And that's what Dan is doing. I mean, he calls them all meathead morons, right? And he turns them into money-making machines. But yeah, that's a story about Trump. And then the best story about Trump that he has is he said that Trump has a black book of all the people that have wronged him in business. And he keeps their names, right? So that he can get even. And then if you read Trump's book, Art of the Deal, which I have here next to me, he talks about when someone screws you over, you go at them 10 times harder, right? So then when I look at the world stage events, this is why I think that Trump, it's set up for him to come back into the spotlight, to be the savior, because, boy, do the people want him back now. But it's set up for that, and he's coming back. He's an Art of the Deal guy. If you read his work, if you understand who he is, where he comes from, I do believe that he's coming back into power. Yeah. But he said that his black book that he has of all the people that have wronged him in business has gotten about twice as thick since he's been president. So when people ask, "Oh, you really think that Trump is just going to go chill off and live the rest of his life and he doesn't care about getting even?" Now remember, I'm not saying that you guys need to vote for Trump. I'm not telling you guys what to do. I don't care what you do or what you think of him. I'm just trying to tell you guys not to think emotionally. Understand how the world stage is set up. But yeah, Dan Pena says that he's heard since Donald Trump became president, his black book of the people that have wronged him has grown twice as thick. I don't know if that's true or not, but I believe that they basically he let them steal the. I can't even say the words. I can't even say the words, but you guys know what I'm about to say. He let them take it. He's letting it all be exposed, and he's going to come back with a vengeance. The economy's collapsing. We're on the brink of a world war, right? All under the watch of our good friend Joe. Do you think that Putin can actually use XRP and all of this is planned? Well, for sure, all of it's planned. I don't know if they're going to use XRP. They did find that XRP Ripple was a basis for a new financial system back when they were running tests on it back in 2018. So it's just like the Bank of England running tests on XRP Ledger back in 2018. The banks in Russia basically came to the same conclusion. So Zach, it's well known loser Trump didn't pay his trades. Are you talking about the tradespeople that worked for him? Remember, there's two sides of each story, and people screw each other over in business all the time. So when you are watching smear campaigns on Netflix, on Amazon Prime, all these little documentaries, you have to remember that there's two sides to each story. And as a business owner, I understand this completely. People try to screw you in business every single day. Now, if you're talking about his taxes, yeah, 100% he didn't pay taxes. Do you understand that it is, I would consider it patriotic to not pay your taxes? Because if you're not paying your taxes, that means that you're doing what the tax code tells you to do. They're doing what you want you to do. The tax code is a series of incentives. So if you're running businesses, you get a bunch of tax incentives. And if you own real estate, you get a bunch of incentives. So it's actually patriotic to not pay your taxes. So Trump is one of the best at not paying taxes. He took over bankrupt companies. He didn't everyone wants to say he had, so many bankruptcies. That's how you do business at an elite level. So you guys don't listen to people who don't have the slightest clue about business tell you about how Trump was running his business. All these little media kids that work for Washington Post and all these liberal outfits that just make smear campaigns. These guys haven't run a business in their life. They don't understand a profit and loss statement, balance sheet. They don't have the slightest clue. They work a job for Bloomberg. They work a job for the Washington Post. They run smear campaigns. They've never ran a business. They don't have the slightest clue. And there's two sides to each story. Did Trump screw over some people in business? I'm sure. He's a known loser for decades. I mean, he was basically one of the most prominent stars in Western culture, across the world, actually. His brand had grown worldwide. I don't think he was losing. He was known for making a lot of money, right? Being at the top of the financial world. And I'm not even going to say anything else. Just because he's wealthy enough to pay the best people to find loopholes, it's not a tax crime. That's the thing, guys. It's not even loopholes, right? Loopholes are ways that you're skirting the law. This is following the law. You run businesses, you invest in real estate, you get tax incentives. Now, real estate is probably the best tax-favored asset class in the world because of the depreciation, accelerated depreciation. Brady, did you see David Schwartz throw Trump under the bus on Twitter an hour ago? Wanted your take on it. Thanks to the love for your channel. Guys, David Schwartz is 100% in on it. David is 100% in on it. When you understand who Trump is, who David is and where he comes from, he's in on it. He knows. He's playing his part by talking bad about Trump. Everybody wanted to be his friend. Yeah, he was on all the shows, right? That's the thing. Everybody was his friend till he ran for president. And, guys, here's the thing. I'm not telling you to be a Republican. God, no. No. The thing about the Republicans is at least you know how they're going to lie to you. Like they don't even really, they lied to you less. They sold us out, but they lied to us less. The left is just complete lies and misguided misinformation campaigns, disinformation campaigns. And they're lying to you every day to your face, and they treat you like you're an idiot. They talk to you like you're a peasant, low life, you'll never get above and be on their level. Whereas the Republicans, they tell you how they're selling you out, right? The military-industrial complex, right? So at least with the Republicans, they're not lying to your face and treating you like you're stupid. They've just, they're telling you, yeah, we're sold out to the big energy companies. We're sold out to big pharma, many of them. And the list goes on. You guys already know the deal. Yeah, I'm not telling you. And I'm not telling you that Trump's a savior either. I'm telling you, let's hold him accountable. Let's hold him accountable. Any knowledge of the Committee of 300 Treasury Certificate? A detailed PDF that shows massive gold reserves deposited in every central banks for every central bank nation worldwide from 1966. I don't know what that's about. So yeah, I don't believe that David was, he's in on it, guys. He's in on it. Remember, Ripple was meeting with Trump's White House back all through 2017, 2018. He always has just been making comments about Trump being, stupid or being a jackass, Donald Trump explains that it is more important to him that Biden fail than the United States succeed. That's the tweet, right? Guys, I'm telling you right now, David's in on this. Look at this. His profile picture is him in Antarctica. He's in on it. He's in on it. Profile picture says it all. He went to Antarctica and met the aliens. Can you explain more about Dan Pena's predictions? Yeah, I mean, God, he's just called it all. So in March 2020, you can go back to the seminar that he put on there, and he was talking about how we were going to get hit with a third and a fourth wave, and nobody believed him, right? And that obviously came true, right? We got all these different waves that came, the variants, right? So he was spot on about that. And then he said that cruise ships were going to be sold for scrap metal, and you guys saw the cruise ships and all the travel industry just got absolutely wrecked. But people thought they was insane for saying that they were going to bust down cruise ships and sell them for scrap metal. And that's what ended up happening. Then he also called negative oil, which we got to as well. And then what else did he call? Yeah, he said the whole Bitcoin thing. And then, the big thing is Putin. So he was saying that Putin wants to establish the former Soviet Union, that he wants to see the demise of the Western world, the Western financial world. And that's what we're seeing. Now, he said that Bitcoin was created by Putin. I don't believe that it was. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Putin and some other intelligence agencies, maybe. I just believe that it was our intelligence agencies. Our intelligence agencies. Remember, our CIA doesn't work for America. They work for the private group of central bankers that hijacked this country. They work for interests that have bought and paid off this country a long time ago, Remember, we go back to when was the DC Corporation created? 1870 or whatever that was. And then in 1913 with the Federal Reserve, that's how they took control of the monetary supply. That was complete control. They created a whole separate entity in DC to rule over our country. And then they expanded and increased their power by creating the Federal Reserve. And then in 1930s with who was our president during that time? Roosevelt. During World War II, that's when he expanded and created all these different programs, basically started to socialize America. Then in the 1971, Nixon took us off the gold standard, and so that's what removed the value to our dollar. Oh yeah, Roosevelt also confiscated our gold. Roosevelt completely sold us out. Do I got that right? 30s Roosevelt? You guys can fact check me on that, but you guys know the deal. 71, Nixon took us off the gold standard, and ever since then we've been inflating our currency to the death of it. And that's what we're living through right now. We were told last year by Mr. Poole, SWIFT was to be readjusted in 2021 to 2022. Well, here we are. SWIFT is now trending on Twitter. Even all the dumb morons that on Twitter have no idea what they're talking about as far as geopolitics, as far as SWIFT, as far as how the new financial system is going to be rolled out. But we have hashtag stand with Ukraine, hashtag SWIFT, hashtag Putin's a bad guy, hashtag this and that, right? So I don't engage in that. I just try to figure out how the new financial system is going to be rolled out and what protocols it's going to run on. We understand the XRP is going to be the chosen liquidity token for banks' wholesale payments. The largest payment flows are going to run on the XRP ledger. We have XLM, XDC, Algorand for smart contracts, IOTA for the Internet of Things. These are all ISO compliant coins, and that's why we think that they're one step ahead, because SWIFT is updating to ISO in November of 2022. And then we have the American Bankers Association that's updating next year as well. So they're all rolling over to the ISO 222 protocol. That's why we invest mostly in those. But you look at some of these other technologies, they're solid. Some other blockchains could potentially run the new financial system. But I do believe that XRP was chosen to be that liquidity token, which is the biggest use case, because you have liquidity in SWIFT that's 1.2 quadrillion per year. You have liquidity that needs to be provided in derivatives that's over 1 quadrillion per year. You have liquidity that needs to be provided just in America between the clearinghouse that's $2 trillion daily. That's worth hundreds of trillions of dollars per year. You have Nostro Vostro accounts that are valued at $30 trillion plus. And then you have a trade finance market at $19 trillion. XDC is targeting that with their public-private hybrid blockchain. XLM is set up for retail, unbanked people across the world. Algorand's for smart contracts. IOTA's for Internet of Things. That's your new infrastructure for the new payments. Your infrastructure for the new financial system. I looked at TikTok, and the comment that I see is, I look at TikTok and the comment is, and a ton of people are hosting demons. I love you guys in the comments because you guys can say what I can't say. So you guys just go unfiltered in the comments, and we'll have a fun conversation tonight. Let's run it up. Yeah, these are evil people that we're up against, for sure. No doubt. 100% evil. These people are sick, actually. Yeah. I'd call them out by name, but you guys know what will happen to me. You guys know what will happen to me. Yeah, all the market's red. Does XRP have to be in the thousands and stable to be used by the banks? To move the liquidity in these networks, it has to be at a much higher price. I say 3 digits to even get started. Yeah, the Queen. So Operation London Bridge, everyone should know what that is. Everyone should know that that situation is at a point as well here with the Queen of England. Were you kidding about the aliens? I don't know, guys. I don't know what's in Antarctica. I don't know the whole story about the aliens. I just love having fun conversations. I like having fun conversations. Flat Earth. See, that's what I mean, guys, is I don't try to figure out that. I don't care. Globe, flat Earth, Antarctica, aliens. It's out of my control. I believe in God. I know some people don't. So I just say catch a good vibe, right? Catch a good vibe. Or you can be a negative person and catch a bad vibe. Fallen angels, update your vocabulary. Yep. I mean, my vocabulary is limited while I'm on these censored platforms, but I try to say what I can. But yes, the good book does mention the fallen angels. Someone asked me if I took the V. We're having an interesting conversation and you want to know whether I took the V. Love you guys. Seriously. You guys are so much fun. We're talking about the most incredible things in the world. Hey man, did you take the V? What do you think? I'll let you guys take a guess. I got a heart problem. So I just listened to my medical professionals. I hope you did. That's someone's comment on TikTok. I hope you did. You know, I went to go talk to one of my clients. And they wanted to invite me in their house. And they asked me, did you take the... And I said, no, actually, my doctor said not to because I had heart surgery. I have a heart problem. Oh, okay. That's fine. But before that, I skipped the part where she shamed me. At first I said no. She says, oh my gosh. Shame on you. And then I finished and I said, well, my doctor said not to. I have a heart problem. Oh, okay. My doctor actually told me to get it, but oh, for those of you guys who want to know about my heart problem, I could lift up my shirt right now and show you where my scar is from my open heart surgery. So I don't want to get banned on TikTok for nudity, but I could lift up my shirt well, my chest is actually too hairy right now. You can't really see my scar anymore. But yeah, I had open heart surgery when I was 5, and then I had another surgery in 2017. Updated my valve that I had replaced the first time. So what do you think I should have done? What do you think? Just send it? Just send it on the experiment? I'm done talking about that before I get in trouble. Yeah, no, I actually did have 2 heart surgeries, yes. Someone says, show us the doctor's note. Love it. I'm going to get canceled tonight for sure. We have another 800 here in the live stream tonight between the two. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate all of you guys. Zach is a Nephilim confirmed. Yeah, the best thing about, yeah, Yeah, never mind. I can't even talk about it anymore. Yeah. Yeah. Henry, thank you for the 5 spot. Can Russia use cryptos to liquidate if the EU kick them off SWIFT? And does this bring regulation faster? Yeah. I think that it is pushing regulations faster. Yeah. Can Russia use cryptos to liquidate if the EU? Yeah, they're already stockpiling gold and they're doing all their trade deals without the US dollar. And they're ready to use distributed ledger technology. We don't know if that's XRP for sure. Josh Guy, 20 spot. My man, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Appreciate you all. Thank you for coming in tonight, guys. TikTok, I got to move you guys closer. Get you guys right up in here. Actually read your guys' comments. Thank you for coming in. Figured we'd have a fun little Q&A session. Here's my boy Mentalect. Big Trump hater. Got to make fun of the he's got to make fun of someone. Hospital have mandates, so can the Carhartt haters also avoid hospitals, Fords, Apples, Walmart? What? What are you talking about, bro? Yeah, we don't know if Russia's going to use XRP for sure, but they did test it back in 2018. Besides the ISO 222 coins, what are you holding? Just a tiny, tiny bag of Electronium, and I do have Casino Coin as well. Tell us something about XRP. What do you want to know? Another 20 spot from Josh Guy? Bro, you kidding me, man? Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, appreciate that, man. Thank you. What's Casino Coin? It's a coin that's built on the XRP ledger. It's designed for gaming, gambling. Take a look at it. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. It migrated from Ethereum to XRP. I figured out that's what the big crash is in the price for Casino Coin back in the day. Josh Guy, bro, stop. Go buy some XRP, bro. You got to stop with the super chats. Another 50 spot? Josh, you got to stop, man. Oh my gosh. I'll go pack London's bags with that, though. I promise. We'll go. Dude, but you need to go buy XRP instead of super chats, bro. Are you kidding me? What is that? 90 tonight? My guy. Cheers, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you, man. Can you go over the global use case of the dollar value for XRP again? Nostro, Vostro, and what else? Yeah, so, okay, SWIFT is $1.2 quadrillion. The clearinghouse in America, that's just the banks settling up in America, does $2 trillion daily. I forget what the math is, but it's like $600 trillion per year just between banks in America. SWIFT is international banks across the whole world. Does 1.2 quadrillion per year. The global derivatives market is a over $1 quadrillion market as well. And then we have the Nostro Vostro accounts that are at least 30 trillion, and then trade finance, which is $19 trillion. I'm trying to think of any of the big other major ones. But yeah, that's why when we look at the overall market cap of crypto only at 3 trillion is what it got up to this bull run. That's nothing. That's a drop in the bucket. That's a drop in the bucket. Josh, you're ridiculous, bro. My guy says he just picked up another 5,000 in XRP. No worries. I love you guys. I love you guys. And this is what's great is that we're getting this message out, and we're getting, whether you're able to just accumulate and start dollar cost averaging with your paycheck every week, every couple weeks, every month, or whether you're sitting on some cash and you're able to acquire these assets before the new financial system gets rolled out. Oh man, I'm just super excited for where we're going over the next couple years, 5 to 10 years. Like, our future is really looking bright. The kids are making fun of us on TikTok. You know how the trolls are, just because our time hasn't come yet. But when our time comes, it's going to be a whole nother world that we're living in. Is it wrong that I only hold XRP? I would diversify. Yeah, I do recommend diversifying. Yeah. William, thank you for that 10 spot, man. I appreciate that. Can you explain in full detail why XRP is 3 to 4 digits on? Yeah. So they're running tests on the private ledger, right? They're running tests over there. At least that's what we think. We can't really confirm that, but that would explain why we get so many glitches for XRP at these super high prices, is because those are the prices that they're running on the back end, on the private layer for central banks. Which, let me remind everyone, Ripple created a private layer for central banks where they can hide all of their transactions from the public layer. So they can hide all of the transactions amongst the central banks from us, little peasants, right? And they'll be able to do hundreds of thousands of transactions per second on that ledger. And it's the same XRP that we're using, though. Guys, it's the same XRP. Don't worry. April is the beginning of the new financial year. Buckle up. Yeah, doesn't how does that work? In the Gregorian calendar, we start in March. Is that what it is? I don't know. I don't have my calendars up to date. I've heard, I know what Gregorian calendar is and all that whole deal, but I'm not up to date on that. What's your high and low price for XLM by 2025? I'm going to be offloading at $3, not financial advice. But if you look at the 4.236 Fibonacci extension, it takes us up above $3. And yeah, my targets are $3 to $5 for XLM this bull run. Yeah, so it's another 10x coin. And that's why it's my number 2 hold. XRP number 1, XLM number 2, XDC after that, and I forget the rest. What if exchanges get shut down? How would you sell down the line? You're going to see exchanges get shut down, but you still have decentralized exchanges. And then you have exchanges like Coinbase that are going to get regulatory clarity. They've already set up for selling securities. They already have a license for selling securities. So you're going to see these centralized exchanges get through the door, get through regulatory clarity, and they'll be set up on the other side. Don't worry about that. The Assyrian calendar is April? Okay, yeah. Yeah. What did Val talk about? Like, we're in the Assyrian year of, it's like 1776 reversed or something. Maybe it's, I don't know what it is. I don't know. This is one of the greatest videos I've seen in a minute. Thanks for being straight up this whole time. Much appreciation, the work put in, the knowledge, bro. I feel like yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. This is just a laid back session, right? I have a beer. You're having a beer with me right now. I got to adjust my webcam. You guys are just having a beer with me and we're just having a fun conversation, right? We need to go the other way with the camera. There we go. Yeah, we're just having a beer, watching the charts, doing Q&A, talking about aliens, talking about the great financial reset, the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. Yeah, world stage events underway. If Russia uses XRP, do you think that it could start a boycott of XRP? No. No. Nope. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say is that I'm gonna run a video. I'm gonna create a video of all the things that we need to stop being worried about, which is a lot. Which is a lot. They got us all living in fear right now. No. No. Let me remind everyone. The biggest the the currency that's used the most for funding crimes against humanity in a perpetual state of war is the US dollar. So for one, it would be completely hypocritical for anyone to not want to use XRP because Russia's using it now. That makes no sense. Look at what's being done with the US dollar, yet it's the #1 reserve currency in the world. And everyone watching me here pretty much uses it every day unless you're in a foreign country. Josh, my guy, another 10 spot. Might as well round it out at a hundo tonight, Josh. Are you kidding me, man? Here's to you, bud. I'll pop a top with you. Why not? Cheers, brother. I appreciate you, man. I really do. Thank you. Devin, thank you for another 2 spot. Do you think 3,000 XRP can reach 1 million? Devin, you know I don't answer that, right? Right? What would the math be on that, though? Because, yeah, I mean, probably. But no one's going to hold it for these. At least 90% of people aren't going to hold long enough. It's easy to say that you're going to hold for 10,000 XRP now, right? It's easy to say you are. But our lives will be changed, many of us, when XRP just hits 3 digits. I mean, shit. XRP hits $10, we'll be living a little different. But it's not going to last. It's going to be a bumpy ride to the top, though. So I don't get excited about $10 XRP. I think that we have to be at 3 digits to even start providing liquidity in these markets. And, you know, I do believe in $10,000 plus XRP, but that's if we're 100% right about everything. If we're halfway wrong, we still get rich. We still change our lives. We still build wealth. So that's where we're at with that. You know, even if we're halfway wrong about XRP, we still change our lives, build wealth. Price prediction, this bull run for XDC. So it's already topped out at its all-time high, so I'm not really expecting it to do much better than its previous all-time high, maybe a 2x from that, which was 20 cents, so that puts you at 40 cents. So I'd be surprised to see XDC break 50 cents. That's not financial advice. I don't do technical analysis chart work. That's just a guess, which is what all these are. All these answers are. I mean, really, when it comes down to price predictions, guys, we shouldn't even be talking about price predictions. Because this alt season isn't guaranteed. If we don't catch an alt season, XRP is going to be back at 20, 30 cents. If we don't catch a run, I don't think that that's likely, though. Don't get me wrong. I think that we're about to go on a tear. The charts are telling us that we go on a tear. And here's the good news for all of your altcoins, is that XRP never goes on a run by itself. When it goes, the rest of the altcoins go as well. So that's the good news. If you're still holding, you know, all these altcoins, if you're at a loss right now, when we see XRP go, the rest of your altcoins should go. Just don't get greedy. Don't expect all these other coins to set a new all-time high that's 3 or 5 times the all-time high that it hit last year. I don't think that that's going to happen for a lot of the coins. I think a lot of these coins, they'll be lucky to 2x the previous all-time high that they hit last year if we get a really, really good alt season. Do I think that XLM will reach 3 digits by 2025? I think that XLM is going to do well. I have no idea what that means, and I have not even done the numbers. I haven't seen enough partnerships from XLM to tell me that they're going to be like super big. That's why XRP is my #1 holding. I think that they're going to get a lot of central bank digital currencies. I think that they're going to get a lot of the third world. But obviously those are smaller markets compared to, like, for example, Stellar is not on the Digital Pound Foundation. Stellar is not on the Digital Euro Association, right? So that's what I mean by Stellar just doesn't have the big deals yet. Take on George Gammon's tweet. I think I had seen that. What was that tweet? What do you think about Crypto Hulk? I don't know who that is. I see you guys mention him in the comments. I don't know who Crypto Hulk is though. What are your thoughts on HBAR? Good tech. Partnerships aren't using the token. We're not. Sorry. Yeah, I did see this. I don't think that George really is up to date on digital currencies. I like his work. Oh, okay. Maybe he's learning. See, everyone's coming to XRP now. That's the beautiful thing about this setup that we're currently seeing. George Gammon says, this is from Ripple. If Nostro accounts are eliminated, the offsetting asset for the transfer of liability money would be XRP. Why would a bank hold an asset that had the risk of being repriced against liabilities? If I received a US dollar liability, I'd want a US dollar asset, no? RippleNet similar to Fedwire and XRP similar to bank reserves, but cross-border and low fees because validators work for free, whereas legacy system, the entities playing validator role charges high fees. Yeah, so what you need is the neutral bridge currency. That's the difference. Yeah. So it's not about replacing the US dollar for us here in America. It's about replacing the US dollar as a reserve currency for banks, financial institutions, and countries across the world. And it's about replacing all of the G10 currencies and the liquidity that they provide in all of the networks. So Fedwire is just one payments service in America. They haven't even launched it yet. It's for payments that are less than $25,000. So that's for retail payments. That's for small payments. XRP is designed for high payments, high value, right? And what George doesn't get here is that XRP allows you to have that neutral bridge asset where someone can send US dollars and you can receive Chinese yuan on the other side. So this is what I mean is a lot of the OGs in the space, which I have a tremendous amount of respect for George Gammon and the work that he's done. But a lot of the OGs here in the space don't have a full understanding of cryptocurrencies. They've maybe started to understand Bitcoin. It's like Robert Kiyosaki. He talks about holding gold, silver, Bitcoin, right? Well, what he's not telling you is that he probably does have some XRP on the back end. He's probably been told the story about XRP. Maybe he just doesn't fully get it. Maybe he doesn't hold XRP, but regardless, a lot of these guys, they maybe understand Bitcoin, but that's the extent of their knowledge on distributed ledger technologies and the difference between a bridge asset that has neutrality and the role of the US dollar in the current system. Now, where is that he said, if I received a US dollar liability, I'd want to, we'll see, you can receive whatever you want in this system. With XRP, you can receive whatever you want. Why would a bank hold an asset that had a risk of being repriced against liabilities? What does that even mean? I'm trying to think, why would a bank hold an asset that had a risk of being repriced against liabilities? They're not going to hold XRP. They're going to be in and out of it in 3 to 5 seconds. Now, they can hold it as a reserve. It is set up to be a world reserve currency. But if we looked at here, where is it? Shoot, I can't find it. Check his other tweet about Swift. Any thoughts on Casper Labs? Haven't looked at it. Why would a bank hold an asset that had risk of being repriced against liabilities? I don't. George, everyone's ditching the dollar, right? Everyone's ditching the dollar. So it would make more sense to hold a neutral asset that's not issued by any one country or bank or institution, right? XRP is completely decentralized and permissionless. It's the same story with Bitcoin, right? Why everyone should be using Bitcoin is it's decentralized, permissionless, immutable. XRP is the same thing. Ripple is helping create the network. That's what the role of Ripple. Okay, right here. My point is, why would a bank take a USD, any currency, liability, and XRP as the asset to offset? If XRP goes down versus the US dollar, bank has negative equity. Yeah, see, he doesn't get it. They're in and out of it in 3 to 5 seconds, right? So the risk that any institution has is less versus using a traditional SWIFT payment or by using the traditional clearinghouses in America, right? Yeah. So a lot of these guys are good. They have good information. They're just late to the game as far as XRP goes. He looks completely hypnotized. He probably spews this in his sleep. Yeah, I do live, sleep, breathe XRP. Yep. Pretty much. 5 spot from Luke. If you hold a valuable bag, you'll be able to leverage against it. Already possible with Bitcoin. Educated people will never sell. Yeah. Problem with Crypto Hulk is when you tell him he is wrong, the guy blocks you. Yeah, some of it. Yeah. Noini, 20 spot. Cheers legend. He tweet about workaround Swift using the RippleNet the other day. Yeah, I think he's just starting to learn about XRP, RippleNet, and yeah. Which XRP Riddler is your favorite? Um, Probably the original BG, 123. How does Russia being kicked out of SWIFT affect the timeline? It accelerates it. It's here. This is our time. Is it safe to hold the USDC if the US dollar crashes? No, guys, I wouldn't worry about that scenario. But yeah, it would. Yeah, it would. The USDC coin is now backed by 1-to-1 US dollars, but that's been my point all along, is that you're backing something by fiat. Yeah, that's the problem. Can cross-border payments be done on private ledger? Yes. Yeah, on the private ledger they could. Yeah. That's the private ledger that they're building for central bank digital currencies. So they'd be able to do that settlement on the back end. It wouldn't be visible to us. Side chains, yes. The federated side chain is going to be massive. Who got you into crypto? I don't know how I fell into it. Yep. What do I think about Doge Elon Mars coin? Like I said, I don't do any of the coins like that. I just completely scroll past them. I don't even take a look. Josh, You are a freaking legend, bro. 100 spot. After you already dropped a hundo in the chat. What am I going to do with you, bro? Can I give you like a sticker or something? Super fan sticker? Another hundo. Are you kidding me? Here's what I love about your channel. You don't chase clicks. You only put out the facts, whether good or bad. Just keep on keeping, bro. Cheers, bud. Josh, you're a real one, man. You're a real one, brother. Was the Federal Reserve buyback rumors legit or just nonsense? Well, I do believe that a deal is going to be done with our Federal Reserve Treasury Department. I don't know if it's going to be a buyback, but yeah. Josh, man, you're crazy. The U.S. has likely secretly stockpiled gold reserves like Russia, but keeps it secret as usual. Yeah, if we remember, Rosie Rios, if you go back and listen to her speeches, she said that she went to Fort Knox and she said that the gold is there because that was her job. She was the treasurer, 43rd treasurer of the United States. She was in charge of our country's gold supply, and then she was also tasked with creating our new currency. Yeah. So Rosie Rios then left the Treasury Department to go be on the board of directors at Ripple. And she said, in regards to distributed ledger technology, the train has already left the station. Am I on Twitch? No, I don't do Twitch, just YouTube, TikTok. I did create a Rumble account today, so we will be posting on Rumble. But if you already are subscribed on YouTube, you won't be missing anything. Everything that I post on YouTube, I'll just be posting over there. Josh says, I literally watch every video you put out because I know there's something I can take from it. Yeah, tomorrow's video, I'm going to really put it together for you guys. I already made it. I'm going to schedule it to be posted tomorrow morning. So I'll be there in the watch party to watch it with you guys. But yeah, I'm going to drop that video tomorrow, and it's about Swift being readjusted, the reset revaluation, and just putting together how the new system's going to be rolling out. Yeah, so I'm going to be dropping that tomorrow. Whatever happened to Biden's executive order about crypto? Did I miss it? Yeah, it was supposed to drop this week, right? They said that it was going to drop this week. Here we are, still waiting. They said it was going to drop at the beginning of this month. This is awesome. If distributed ledger technology isn't going to run everything, people need to stop looking at Mars Cumshot coin and focus on interledger protocol coin. Yeah, that's what I mean is I don't look at Elon coin, Dogecoin, SHIB, Dogcoin, Catcoin, anything like that. I do not even take a look at it. It's an embarrassment to the cryptocurrency space. All of them. So I don't even participate. What is your account name on Rumble? It's the same as it's here, Zach Rector 7, or same as TikTok and Twitter, Zach Rector 7. Yes, if they use the private ledger and they still use XRP, they're going to be using that same XRP that we're using on the public layer. Yeah. And we just saw a quote. I just shared this with my Discord. A quote from Dilip Rao, who was the person from Ripple who said that they were going to put a dent in the universe. In regards to us being able to own XRP after this reset and after everything goes down, he said that it's like a sea. You're going to have big whales and little fish in the pool of liquidity. Something along those lines. Basically saying that yes, us little guys, we're still going to be able to have our XRP and be doing our little things with XRP. We got little meme coins. We got NFTs coming to the XRP ledger. We're going to have DeFi coming as well this year. Super excited about that. But then you're going to have the whales, the big boys and girls. How about the meme coins on the XRP ledger? Once again, it's an embarrassment to the XRP ledger, although it does show the decentralized nature of the XRP ledger. So, you know, I'm not a fan of it, but in that sense, it is good for XRP, showcasing that it is decentralized. Zach, do you believe that there will be a drawdown? In the end, there will be 15 to 25 cryptos and the rest will be gone? Yeah, I believe that you're going to have about half a dozen to a dozen blockchains that really run everything. And then there will still be other coins, but most of the value will be in those top few. Why is Microsoft connected to Global ID? I don't know. Global ID is really making a lot of strides, though. Already connected with Uphold. Greg Kidd, early investor in Global ID, or maybe he ran Global ID. Is XRP going to be the wholesale coin? Yeah, it's designed for wholesale payments. So they're designing and building out the ecosystem for the big whales, right? They're designing it to provide liquidity for the whole world, the biggest banks and financial institutions, but it's set up so that we can still take advantage of it. It's open, permissionless, decentralized technology that anyone can build on top of. So yeah, that's why little guys here are making meme coins on the XRP ledger. That's why we have NFTs coming to the XRP ledger. So it's good to see. It's good to see. But the reason why we're going to actually have an opportunity here is because the big boys and girls are going to use it. Remember, everyone in the space so far thinks that they're a smart guy because they invested in all these little projects that have done so good so far, because all the little people have been building DeFi ecosystems on top of Avalanche, Solana, and Phantom, and all these other little DeFi plays have done well up to this point because the DeFi protocols that they've built, the DeFi ecosystems that they've built, which is all fine and dandy. You know, if you were early investor into Phantom at 2 cents, you wrote it up, you did well. That's good. But the amount of money that went into those protocols is an absolute joke compared to the amount of money and value that's going to be settled over these blockchains. Remember, none of these protocols reached more than 10, 20, 30 billion. Like literally Dogecoin got up to 30, 40 billion, which is insane, right? That was huge for the crypto space. Dogecoin breaking into the top 10, reached like a $40 billion market cap. But that's nothing compared to the liquidity that's going to run across these networks. That already does run across these networks. It's going to be settling on blockchains like XRP. The back end is worth trillions daily. Yes. Do I think that Bill Gates owns XRP? Well, the Bill and Melinda Gates have already had their foundation, the Moja Loop Foundation, partner with Ripple. So I don't know the extent of that partnership and how deep that goes, but yes. Yep, Ripple's been partnered with Moja Loop, which is part of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Yep, for years. That partnership's been a thing. Yep. I look at cryptocurrencies like I do the techs and social media space. So you have Facebook is basically the number one social media company right now, Meta. That's why I think that they're going to have the number one metaverse. And then you have like Google, right? Another one. And then as far as like e-commerce, you have Amazon, which has also become a e-commerce, just the overall commerce behemoth. So that's how it works in the traditional space, right? You have a top three that really eat up, you know, well over half of the market share. And then you have the rest of the space. If the back ends are worth trillions, what will the front ends be worth? I mean, well, you've already seen it in crypto, right? These little projects reaching market caps of billions of dollars, tens of billions of dollars. That's what the front end is. Guys, and the difference is meme coins that all these kids are putting their allowance money into versus banks and financial institutions that have trillion-dollar problems. It's way more than the meme coin activity that we've seen this year. Big fan of XDC. Why am I a fan of XDC? Because it's going after a $19 trillion trade finance market. That's a huge problem. And it's a problem. It's a problem that needs to be solved versus a blockchain game, which the only problem it solves is the boredom of someone who's playing that game. That's a very low value problem to solve. Blair's super excited for it. H-bar doesn't get me excited. Technology's good. Partnerships aren't using the token. Will Swift move on Russia on them? Will Swift move backfire on Russia? I don't know what you're asking. They don't care about Swift. They don't care about the US dollar. No. How about Sandbox? It's already been hyped up. I don't care for it. None of these, if you ask me about a coin, it is not financial advice. And most of the time I haven't even looked at them because they just don't even get me excited. I buy XDC on Qcoin. Oh, will it backfire on the West, removing Russia from Swift? Yes. It exposes, but they've already set up, and I believe that they've set up deals with Ripple and XRP, with the IMF, BIS, and the bank. Oh my God, Josh. Bro. Another 100 spot. Zach, I truly believe that your channel has the potential to overtake BitBoy Crypto's channel because of your approach to the markets. Forget the rest. ISO 222 tokens will surpass all. Man, I appreciate that. For me, I can't even like think of the numbers, like, you know, having over 1 million followers and subscribers. But if you would have told me this time last year when I made my first TikToks back in February that I was going to have what am I at? 257. Plus we have 25, 26 on YouTube. Yeah, so I mean nearly 300,000. We'll be at 300,000 total in no time. I would have thought you were crazy, but yeah, it's been a journey. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate the support. Take your wife and new baby out to a good dinner on me. You got it, Josh. I'll go do that right now. Speaking of that, it is time to wrap up. I went long on this session. As always, I always run long, very long-winded. And these days I drink my beers kind of slow. I've barely been drinking alcohol at all. Just been hustling all day, every day. Josh, I can't believe you made it rain with $300 in the super chat tonight, my guy. You're out of your mind. You are absolutely out of your mind. Guys, it's been a pleasure though. You know, just laid back session. Having a beer, tossing it back, talking about fun stuff. I wish I could be on all night, but I do need to go hang out with the wifey and the baby. So I appreciate all of you guys, and we will see you guys in the next one. Tomorrow morning, I'll be dropping a new video. Make sure you check that out. And I'm sure we'll have more content posted tomorrow as well. We're going to be watching this situation closely. I am so excited, guys. This is our time. We got a lot of wealth coming our way. If you position yourself accordingly, this is going to be the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. I'm 100% confident in the strategies that we are executing on, in the protocols that we are investing in, and with the actions that we're taking every day. We will see you guys in the next one. If you want access to our exclusive Discord community, it's over at zachrector.com. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you. God bless.